Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing game number 2 between aTnSocke as the Protoss, this time in the top right, and Mouz Vortix as the Zerg in the bottom right. And yeah, if you haven't seen game 1 yet, go watch that first because I'm going to spoil it in 3, 2, 1 right now. So Socke is one game ahead, pulling off a great Stalker invade on the base, and even though there were plenty of roaches available, they couldn't maneuver quite good enough to do anything. And yeah, it was an instant surrender once he attacked that second base. And yeah, that was a pretty awesome game. Very aggressive moves on both players, very aggressive play, but the Zerg player just couldn't make it work in that early game, and because he couldn't make it work, it kind of spiraled out of control for him. So we are going to see exactly the same build in the early part, except that the spawning pool is going down first now, instead of the expansion. And yeah, he is still producing drones, so that's at least good. We're not going to see some rush strategy or anything like that. I tend to miss those things because I don't really pay attention to details like the amount of workers that are out, things like that. Anyway, we are chrono boosting out some probes here. Probes are of course the only thing that he needs to build at this moment. Well, and some pylons. You do need to build some pylons. He is building a gateway. He is going for double assimilator, which means that we are going into something heavy, something good, I guess. And hopefully those are like, I don't know, immortals. That would be great. Early immortals are always good to have. Another pylon going down, and on the opposite side we still only have this, and we are going to rush. So even though I said that it wasn't going to be a rush, it is in fact a rush. But there is no scouting yet. This is a 4-player map, of course, and he is going cross positions, I think. Oh no, his overlord scouts it, so he went cross positions because he sent out an overlord to this location, sent out a drone to the other location, and he is now going to come in with all of these, and the cybernetic score is the second building up. He is not going for that forge, which means that these Zerglings are just going to be able to move in. Wow, there are 2 gaps, one over here, one over here. Oh, this is not actually a gap. Oh, it just looks like a gap. Okay, so the Zerglings are coming in, and the Zerglings are going to do massive amounts of damage. Yeah, for 6 Zerglings, getting 3 drone kills is already enough, but they are all still alive. Well, most of them at least. The Zealot may actually go down here, but it may also just get... Oh my god, he slaughtered all of them. If he just lets the... No, don't go in like that. Oh, that worked out just fine. Like a pro. Anyway, yeah, he should have waited a little bit until like maybe 10 hit points on his shields were back and then go back in, because obviously those Zerglings were not going to take down this cybernetic score, because it takes 550 damage to take down the cybernetic score shields alone. And yeah, Zerglings do like 5 damage per hit. Let's see. 5 damage per hit. Yeah, so that was going to take 100 hits to do that. Well, 110, sorry. 110 hits. Well, he had 2 Zerglings, so I guess it's only 55 hits then. And yeah, that was obviously not enough to panic like that. But he did save his Zealot, so that was good. But he could have definitely waited way longer. And yeah, the scout goes off on the base. You does see that there is a second base coming up. But he does have his own base coming up, and this probe is going to see that. Probe is going to see that, well, there is a base coming up, and with this base actually being quite far in the open, we might actually see, well, this as well. Although this is going to be walled off over here, and then here you cannot really go in, except that you can drop on this, and that is really nice design. That's a really nice map design feature, by the way. Because if you can come in here and then drop everything on here, you can just rush into the base from this position, and that is awesome sauce. It's really nice design. Huh. Of course, I don't really know all the maps completely by heart. I don't really care too much because the general strategy is the same on each map. It's just that you tune the strategy, or you pick a different strategy for each map. So it's definitely not that you should play each map the same. That's not what I'm trying to say, but the main things that you need to focus on, like macro, micro, those are still the same. It's just that your attack paths are going to be different, and the strategy you choose unit-wise, so which units am I going to build, and how many of them am I going to build, those things, yeah, they do change quite heavily with the map. So we have 2 zealots warping in here, we have the 3rd one coming in, and they are going to be a little bit aggressive, but there are too many Zerglings here. This is not going to work out. He's going to lose everything. And then the 4th zealot coming in just for the fun of it, because why not? Yeah, there's way too much defense here. So obviously the mothership core can still do whatever it pleases, because the only thing that can actually kill it would be this queen. The queen gets lifted up, but the queen is not going to do anything. The oracle out then, we don't see a lot of oracles, and well, here's why. It almost died instantly. I don't know how it got so low, by the way. Did it run into another queen? Maybe I just completely missed that. Maybe it was already on here, but yeah, the oracle is of course a very good unit to go up against those drones. Yeah, it's just that normally we don't see it because they are kind of weak. They are very good at shooting things down, but yeah, they're not really good at anything else. So defense-wise, they're just too weak. And wow, just moving his probes back and forth, but he doesn't have cannons out. So the only thing shooting at things is this mothership core. And there you go, the oracle finally coming back to just do some stuff. Oh, he didn't take... Is this the same oracle? Hang on, I don't know. I don't know if this is the same oracle. But yeah, I think so. I think I got confused by the energy versus the HP. Because I really have to get used to the fact that it doesn't display HP. Oh, no. This is the other one. It is at 1 HP. So yeah, it was very low. And this one's going to go down. No. He focused on the wrong one. He could have taken down this one, I'm pretty sure, because it's only at 1 HP. So the shields on this one are almost depleted. And the shields on this one were pretty damaged as well. So I think he could have done it. But yeah, with the shields recharging, Protoss units are notoriously hard to kill. So anyhow, we do have some Hydralisks coming out now, because he of course recognizes that oracles are very hard to deal with just queens. And we are going to go into this base. No, the queen actually defends that perfectly. The threat of the queen is enough to make him fall back. And there are only air units coming out. I guess this map is really just more air-based. As I said, the maps are kind of how you choose your units, but the general strategies are still the same. So the general strategy being that you want to prevent your opponent from expanding, you want to expand yourself, and you want to build as many workers as possible and get a good economy going. Wow, so many Hydras! Oh my god! So many Hydras. Hydras are not a very commonly used unit because they're slow. They do a lot of damage, but they're very weak HP wise, so they get taken out very, very quickly. And we are going to see a more normal ground army here. Just gateway units, mostly the sentries. And the sentries are going to move forward. Well, of course, with the rest. But the entire army just... Oh, no, it's retreating. I don't know if you saw that the army was coming, but that was a great retreat. You would have gotten owned otherwise, and that of course is not what you want. So the mothership core is here to do some some time time warping, but it is not going to be good enough. I have to feel time warping this, by the way, would be very good, but with the Hydras being ranged, it really doesn't matter too much that whether you want to zone them out or whatever. They can't really be zoned out. They have great range. They can't really be stopped by anything, and this is GG, I have to assume. Lost 2 of his warp gates and is going to lose this base quite rapidly because, as I said, Hydralisks do great damage, 12 damage with range 6, and that is just an insane range because, yeah, you can't really stop them. you can't stop them with the force fields, you can't stop them with the buildings in front of your base, because they would just take down the buildings. No problem. And of course, because he went for all of these air units, he doesn't really have the ground army to deal with them. So otherwise he would have had way more Stalkers, and Stalkers are reasonable against the Hydralisks. Although Stalkers do only 11 damage instead of 15 at this point. Because, well, Hydralisks aren't armored. As I said, they're very... HP-wise they're very, very weak, but damage-wise they're very good. And that's just the way it is. I mean, sometimes you have those units, you choose for the units that don't really give you a whole lot of HP, but oh my god, why would you build that? I think he gave up, because there's no reason at all. First of all, to build Immortals, because there is no armored unit in the game at the moment. And second, why would you build a Void Ray against a composition of only Hydralisks? They're terrible against Hydralisks. And obviously, yeah, the Phoenix are still reasonable, but you need way more than just one. And, well, the GG came out. As I said, taking down this first base, or even the 2 production facilities here, so the 2 gateways, that was enough to get it done. But he needed to produce a Colossus, otherwise this was never going to work. Colossi have, I believe, range 9, so versus the range 6 here, they would have done way more damage, or, well, way better damage. But of course they can do AoE damage, so they would have wiped out the entire Hydralisk army. But yeah, it took a while to get there, and he's just started off with the wrong units. Air units, although they're great, didn't really make up for well, for the lack of ground army. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and on to game number 3. Bye bye. Oh, and GG.